welcome back. It has been a couple of days since we've chatted and I am making dinner right now, so I thought that I would kind of take you along. Apologies if you can hear one of the fans in the background. I've turned one off, but since the oven is on and it's just Florida, we're leaving one on. I'm making lasagna tonight and I'm taking a vegetarian version and making it vegan, simply because I find it easier to start on that end and then kind of tweak it as I need to. So I'm going to show you kind of how I make those adjustments. I haven't made this recipe before, so we're going to kind of play along with it as we go, and then I'll definitely link it down below so you can see everything. But right now I have a whole mess of stuff in front of me. So we're using some gluten-free lasagna tonight. You make sure that they are oven ready, so you don't have to cook it before. These will cook in the oven. Check your recipe, sometimes it'll tell you what you need. I'm using some of the Cascadian Farms cut spinach. I went ahead and purchased that earlier. You could cook your own spinach if you needed to. Sometimes I'll do that if I don't have any. Like, I didn't have any canned mushrooms and the recipe calls for that, so I cooked an 8-ounce can or 8-ounce pack of them, and I left 4 ounces out and the other half are there, and I chopped those up. So everything is kind of all over the place right now. We're supposed to start by dividing things up. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of go through that and talk to you as I go and make the initial stuff. So I'll show you the sauces once I make them. For the ricotta, Kite Hill makes a wonderful ricotta. Here's the thing, it's expensive. It's about $10 for one thing of the Kite Hill ricotta, and I found every time I've made lasagna, like vegan wise, you need about 2 of them. So I don't know if this is going to be enough or not, to be quite frank, but I found a recipe for some vegan ricotta. I'll link it down in the description box below, that doesn't have soy in it. So I went ahead and made that, and then I squeezed out and prep. I already got my mushrooms prepped. This recipe honestly doesn't take a lot of prep, if you're doing it, you know, however it actually tells you to do it, but I am not. So, and it actually tells you to leave it overnight, but we're not doing that either. So in one bowl we have our grated zucchini, and to this I need to add 1/4 cup of these. Oh, hold on. I need to add the pasta sauce. Now I have 2 jars of pasta sauce. I have a full jar of the tomato basil from Whole Foods and half a jar of another. And we're going to add that in. I always like to have a little extra floating around, simply because I'm notorious for needing more sauce. So the zucchini, the grated zucchini, and the pasta sauce are being combined down here in a bowl. I'll show you guys so you can see what I'm doing. So this guy is all prepped and ready to go in a second. I've already sprayed my dish. And that's 1 zucchini grated and 2 cups of sauce. And then we have the spinach over here, and I need to add the ricotta to that. Oh, and the Parmesan cheese, which I don't have, so we might sub in some nutritional yeast for that, because I have the diet cheese, or the So Delicious cheese to put on top. So let's see how we can get this all mixed together. This guy's pretty spreadable, so I imagine you could use, I did cashew for the ricotta, but I imagine you could use almond if you aren't into cashews, or another kind of nut. I bet walnut would be pretty okay. So we'll mix this all together. Depending on how long you set the spinach out, you might have to kind of break it up with your hands, which is what I did. with the strainer is I kind of rinsed it and then broke it up a little bit with my fingers because I knew that it needed to drain, but I also needed to like rinse out the extra ice. And you want to make sure there's not a lot of extra water in this because it'll make everything really extra soupy. So that's there. This is, I need 1/3 cup of grated cheese, but we don't have any Parmesan, and we only have about 8 ounces of mozzarella. So let's add a smidgen of nutritional yeast. Now I'm not going to add a ton, and you could probably buy some vegan parm if that was what you wanted, but I already know that I put nutritional yeast into this into this mixture for the ricotta, so I don't want to add a ton, but I'll add a little extra just to give it that cheesy flavor. And yeah, so there we go. We have our 2 sauces, and then I don't have to do anything with our mushrooms. Oh, I need to add the oregano. 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano. All right, that's good too. So we're gonna add some. 1.5, so that's half. And I'm exact measuring ish, which means some of it's probably going to be a little more heaped than is necessary, but that's because I don't mind that. So now the reason that I like to go from regular recipes and kind of adapt them is because I don't really like the like peppery versions, or the way that they kind of change out all of the stuff in lasagna to add extra bits of to add extra vegetables. And so I like more of like a traditional flavored tasting lasagna. Said I don't necessarily want all the other, I don't want like carrots and peppers and things like that. Like I want like an Italian, more basic lasagna. So alright, spread 1/4 cup of mixture. Let's do some rearranging here so you guys can see what I'm doing as I do it. Let's point it down again. So we have our glass dish right here. Hoping you guys can really see that. You can kind of see me still, but we're going the chill way. Alright, so 1/4 cup of the mixture. Top with 2 lasagna noodles. So I don't ever really measure this stuff out, but essentially you want to make sure that there's stuff between all your layers so that your lasagna is still getting the moisture it needs to cook. So like I said, I always read this and then I never really follow it. So we've got a base layer on the bottom. And I need to add the noodles, so I'm going to open my package of rolled brown rice pasta. It says add 2 noodles. Alright. We're going to do it my way. We're ignoring the lady. So there we go. We're kind of breaking it off. I hope you guys didn't come for a professional, because I'm not a professional cook. I'm just making it up as I go. So I'm going to do the basics. So covering the bottom layer with the noodles. Yep. Alright. So we're going to go back in with some more sauce. And again, making sure that everything's covered and coated. And then spinach. And this stuff is always the hardest to kind of spread out. So I normally try to like dollop it throughout and then spread it with the back of my spatula. Okay, so there's that. And now some of the mushrooms. And then some mozzarella. Yeah. They've had you repeating it multiple times. Alright, so we are using the So Delicious mozzarella. I have not used this mozzarella before. Actually, if there's an almond milk one I prefer. And I wanted to try this one, but I used this in pasta I made the other night, and I think that I'm going to end up preferring the almond milk one. So I want to put a light bit in here, but I really want to make sure that I have enough to like super coat the top. So we're all good there. Alright, so now I'm going to put a little bit more of the sauce on top. Remember that time I said I would need the extra sauce? Yep, I need the extra sauce. I always need the extra sauce. So, I honestly think this is going to be the strangest lasagna I've made yet, but again, as long as everything cooks like I want it to, this may be one of those videos I regret filming. Guys, this is not working. And now I'm just going to top this off with cheese. There we have it. I might pop a little nutritional yeast on top. Put a little extra nutritional yeast on the top just for good cheesy measure. And this is to bake covered for 45 minutes. So it's going in the oven at 400 degrees. I'm going to pop some foil over this and put it in the oven, and I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. Guys, well, I'm not so patiently waiting for dinner, although I guess I'm more patient than I would be if I hadn't made banana bread earlier. And Bear's coming to join me. I thought I would chat about vegan cheese a little bit. Specifically like the kind that I've used tonight and the other kinds that I've used, and what I would recommend as far as vegan cheese when it comes to making anything kind of melty. I don't like diet cheese. Diet, D-A-I-Y-A, diet. Okay, sorry guys, so diet cheese. I found that every time that I've used it or I've gotten it out, it's very slimy would be kind of the word that I would use. So it's not my favorite. I feel like the way it separates in large quantities, I just don't enjoy it. So there is a almond milk cheese that has like a brownish cover for it. The shredded that I prefer as a topping. And then I also noticed the other day that Kite Hill is doing, like in Whole Foods, they have almost like where you would get ravioli, but they have like a Kite Hill version of it. So if you don't really like the way that diet cheese comes out or other like non-dairy cheeses come out, there is an almond milk cheese that you can buy shredded. I've found it mostly at Whole Foods that isn't like super melty, but it does kind of melt, and it doesn't have that like separation that makes it all taste kind of slimy. So I'm a little concerned that that's how this cheese is going to turn out. We shall see, but that is your warning, or helpful hint if you aren't a fan of that one. So I'm going to sip on some wine and see what's on TV, and I will show you my lasagna when it comes out. Alright guys, so this is the final result. I probably could have left it uncovered for a few minutes to make this a little more crispy, but I already cut it and it's done. This looks like it may be a little rough because it didn't get fully covered in the sauce. But yeah, I'm gonna eat it now, and as long as it's cooked, I think it'll be great. So I will link this in the description box below for you guys. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for making lasagna with me tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying Everyday May so far. I know a few videos off. So I'll get you all caught up on that soon. But yeah, I just wanted to make dinner and hang out with you guys tonight. If you have any other recipes you'd like me to try or any tips that you're looking for recipes, let me know in the comments below. And I'll link all the recipes I used in the description box as well. So I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you all in tomorrow's video.